Shrutva.
Hearing.
Heard.
Hearing.
Yeah, hearing. After having heard. Okay? After hearing or after having heard. Shrutva. So Krishna understood that it is a love letter simply by looking at the very first word. Now, how is that possible? How can Krishna understand that it is a love letter simply by looking at the first word? Usually, whenever anybody sends a message to Krishna, anybody writes a prayer, makes an offering or prayer to Krishna, how does the prayer begin with?
Namo Krishna.
Namas. It starts with namas, like Damodarashtakam. How does it start? Namamishwaram Sachidanantarupam. I offer my obeisances. And how does Kunti prayer start? Namasye Purusham Twadhyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksyam
Alaksham sarvabhutanam
Bhutanam
antarbahir
Antarbahiravastitam.
avasthitam.
So again, namas.
Yes.
So, or it starts in some other prayers. The message to the prayer or message to Krishna starts with glorifying Krishna. Like Mukundamala Stotra, Kulshekara Alvar starts his prayer, Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Jayatu Krishno Vrishnivansha Pradipaha Jayatu Jayatu Meghashyamala Komalango Jayatu Jayatu Prithvi Baranasho Mukundaha. Okay, so it starts with Jayatu.
Prabhuji, one quick question.
Yeah.
Rukmini, like at that time, the Krishna is not like a god, Prabhuji. Like, what is the Rukmini has to send in that way, has to God, as because Krishna is like the god, Prabhuji. So Rukmini, like, why he's a lover,
Yeah.
but why she has written in that way? That time Krishna is not a god, Prabhuji.
No, she understands that Krishna is God.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how Vasudeva and Devaki, they offered prayers to Vishnu, asking the Lord, the Supreme Lord,
Mm-hmm.
to give a child who is like the Supreme Lord Vishnu.
Mm-hmm.
And Vishnu said, there is nobody like me, so you better have me as your child. And then Krishna appeared as their child. So here also, Rukmini Devi, she knows that Krishna is God. And she knows there is nobody equal to Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rukmini is first wife for Krishna, Prabhuji.
First wife. Yeah.
She got that hint or that faith that just by seeing the letter she can accept. See the words like Gada Graja. All these words are describing his he loves devotees. He protects devotees, but there is no hint that he will marry the devotees. No, then how Rukmini got that confidence or faith that definitely he will marry him, he will marry her? How she got that idea? Really hats off, Prabhuji. Without, I mean, it doesn't happen, not happened before.
Yeah.
He got that. I mean, I think it is next level of faith. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
So everything describing about Krishna's capability or Veera Rasam something, but of course Bhuvana Sundara means definitely it tells Krishna is beautiful. Okay, but there is no hint that she accepted before. Even Radha, he loves Radha very much, but. Then how Rukmini got that idea that definitely, and she is asking directly, come and take me and marry me.
Yeah.
So it's maybe next.
Because she's Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, right?
It's a
Maybe the
revolution.
love.
But
You
she
know,
that she
to explain in one word, it's a revolution. It's a revolution in expressing the loving emotions or feelings of a devotee to Krishna.
yeah.
Rukmini Devi, she represents the Jivatma, and Krishna is Bhagavan. So we have seen many different prayers: Bhishma Stuti, Kunti prayers, Prahlada, Dhruva prayers. So many different prayers are there. But what Rukmini Devi has done is a revolution.
Yeah, nobody. First love letter means up to that, no one took that step to ask God to marry.
Yeah.
Hats off to Rukmini Mata.
Yeah. So since you brought up this point of faith, right? Rukmini Devi, she got faith on Krishna without seeing him.
Yeah.
Now that's what faith is all about. When you develop faith on somebody, uh, in this process of developing faith on somebody, practically in our day-to-day life, it is impossible to develop faith on anybody without seeing them.
Mm.
That's why, let's say somebody is looking, some parents of a boy are looking for a girl for marriage. So let's say the girl is in India and the boy is in America. So they arrange some video call, phone, email, video conversations, all these things will happen. Even if everything is looking good, what will they say in the end?
Will call you.
మీ అబ్బాయి ఇండియాకి వచ్చినా చూద్దాంలేండి అంటారు. మీ అబ్బాయి ఇండియాకి వచ్చినా చూద్దాంలేండి అంటారు. అప్పుడు ఈ అబ్బాయి ఇండియా వెళ్లే ముందు అందరికి మెసేజ్ పంపిస్తారు, మా అబ్బాయి వస్తున్నాడు అహో అని. అప్పుడు ఈ అబ్బాయి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత, ఇండియా వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత అందరు వచ్చి చూస్తారు. అప్పుడు కానీ ఫెయిత్ రాదు. సో బట్ హియర్ Rukmini Devi, I mean, I remember seeing a movie, in my childhood, Premaleka movie. How many of you have seen the movie?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there in Tamil also, right? Yeah. Same story, right? The movie name is also the same thing, love letter.
Yeah.
Then they don't see each other. They have developed faith.
I think it's Kadal Kottai in Tamil.
Kadal Kottai. Okay. Oh, you saw in Tamil, Srikanth?
No, Prabhuji, I heard that name.
Okay.
Because those days, like every movie used to start with Kadal, Prema Desham,
Yeah.
Kadal Desham.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I've seen the Tamil version only.
అండ్ తెలుగులో కూడా శ్రీవారికి ప్రేమలేఖ అనుకుంటా కదా ప్రభుజీ ఆ మూవీ పేరు?
కాదు, మన తెలుగులో ప్రేమలేఖ, మూవీ నేమ్ ఇస్ ప్రేమలేఖ ఓన్లీ. శ్రీవారికి ప్రేమలేఖ ఇంకో మూవీ ఉంది, ఇంకా పాతది అది.
సేమ్ అది కూడా, అందుట్లో కూడా సేమ్ అంతే, వాళ్ళిద్దరు నరేష్ ఆ అమ్మాయి చూసుకోకుండా ప్రేమించుకుంటారు, సేమ్ అదే స్టోరీ.
ఓకే.
ఓకే.
So they all got
inspired. Correct, Prabhuji. Yeah.
From Lord Krishna.
Yeah. They all got inspired from there. Yeah.
I also inspired by Rukmini Mas, that dare step, Prabhuji. Nobody did that one, that dare done by the Rukmini Mata. Nobody did before.
Yeah. So talking about this faith, right? When you have strong faith on somebody that they will protect you. Okay, that is faith. Believing that somebody will protect you. Without seeing them, you have trust on somebody that they will protect you. That is the highest standard of faith.
I think this is beyond Prabhuji. Based on before stories, we get that idea. Definitely, Krishna will come protect devotees. But how can she believe that he can marry her? I can't believe that.
Maybe Prabhuji, like Rukmini Mataji is like incarnation of Lakshmi Devi, right?
Is she know that Prabhuji? That
No, she does not know. She's an incarnation of Lakshmi Devi.
So naturally, she might have attracted to Krishna.
she
So
attracted.
she represents Jivatma. So she is not acting like a goddess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, there were already marriage proposals from their family to Krishna.
Yes.
Her father already wanted to get her married to her, and so in her mind, she had already accepted him as her husband. But her brother was not allowing her to marry, and he was forcing her to marry somebody else. So she just tried in just once, if it is possible. If Krishna comes, she will marry. If he doesn't come, she will die. That's what was her plan actually. She had kept poison for herself, and she wanted to kill herself if Krishna doesn't come. And also, Prabhuji, I have one question here. I see the picture that Brahmana is standing and Krishna is sitting and reading alone. But what I read was Brahmana himself had come first. He did not give the letter. So Krishna was, because initially the Brahmana has to be respected. So Krishna washed his feet, made him sit on a side in a good position. Then he sat next to him and then he asked, okay, how did you come? And then Brahmana himself read the letter for Krishna, is what I am aware of.
Yeah. So Krishna opened the letter, and he only looked at the first word, and he took a quick glance. He took a quick glance. He did not read fully. He took a quick glance, and simply by looking at the first word, Shrutva, Krishna could understand that it's a love letter, and he asked the Brahmana to read the letter. Because the Brahmana represents Rukmini Devi here. Rukmini Devi trusted this Brahmana and sent a very confidential message. So, since Rukmini Devi trusted this Brahmana, Krishna also wanted to reciprocate that. Krishna also trusted this Brahmana, and Krishna asked the Brahmana only to read the letter.
Here there is no paroksha involved, Prabhuji. That day Prabhuji told about paroksha, right? It's all direct.
Yeah, it's all direct. Yeah. So actually this Brahmana here represents Guru. The Brahmana represents Guru Tattva. So in our spiritual life, when we accept a Guru and we trust in that Guru, the Guru shows us the way to Krishna. So in the very first place, by the mercy of Krishna, we get a Guru, and the Guru, and once we have a Guru, you start following the instructions of Guru, you do your sadhana, and the Guru shows the way to Krishna. So when Krishna hears the message of the Guru, he accepts the disciple. The Guru has to recommend to Krishna. So Guru is the one who connects Jivatma to Bhagavan. So this Brahmana represents Guru. So let me show you one verse here about faith. So this is a verse from Nectar of Instruction, Upadeshamrita, written by Rupa Goswami. Okay, so I'll recite 2 lines and you repeat after that. It is in the same tune or meter as Bhagavad Gita shlokas. Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam.
Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam.
Rakshashyati vishvaso goptrutve varanam tadha.
Prachishyati
विश्वासो
vishvaso
गोपृथिव्यवरणं तथा
tata.
आत्मनिक्षेपकार्पण्ये षड्विधा शरणागतिः
आत्मनिक्षेपकार्पण्ये षड्विधा शरणागतिः
Saranagatihi.
So, Bhavani, can you read the translation?
Sure, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, please give me a minute. Translation. The 6 divisions of surrender are the acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, the acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian or master, full self surrender, and humility.
Yeah. So, this is the process of Sharanagati or surrender to Krishna. And it has 6 aspects. The Sharanagati, the process of Sharanagati or surrender to Krishna, full surrender to Krishna, has 6 aspects. What are those 6 aspects? Anukulasya sankalpa, pratikulasya varjanam. That's the second one. Third one is Rakshayishati Vishwaso. Fourth one, Goptrutve Varanam Tada. Fifth one, Atma Nikshepa Karpanye. Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya. Okay, let's see here. Where is the sixth one? The devotee should accept Krishna as the supreme maintainer and master. Okay, self-surrender means remembering that. The sixth one is the devotee is meek and humble. Okay, where is that word here? Humble. Karpanye. Yeah. Atmanikshepa is the fifth one, and Karpanye is the sixth one. Okay. So the third one, Rakshaisyati Vishwaso. What does that mean? The conviction that Krishna will give protection. The conviction that Krishna will give protection. We need to have complete trust on Krishna that he is the right person on whom I can develop attachment. So just like how Rukmini Devi, without seeing Krishna, she developed full faith. Now in our spiritual life also, we have to develop this faith without seeing Krishna. Now many times we hear this argument from people saying that, oh, I will have faith on Krishna, or I'll have faith on God when I see God. Now is that possible? If you don't have faith on God, will God come in front of you? Even if God comes in front of you, if you don't have faith, even if God comes in front of you, you will not believe. What happened to Duryodhana? Krishna was there, right in front of him. Duryodhana saw Krishna a lot of time, but he did not consider Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. So this is the definition of faith, that developing trust on somebody without seeing. If you see somebody and develop faith, anybody can develop that kind of faith. But the real test of the faith is when you trust somebody without seeing them, by hearing about them. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shrunvatam te. Okay, and this is the only option for us. There is no other option. We have to start developing faith on Krishna by hearing from the Shastras. And there are there are examples uh, from different Vaishnava sampradayas where different devotees described Krishna's form and qualities without seeing him, like in the sense that they did not have eyes to see. So two examples I can think of are, one is Bilvamangal Thakur, and then the other one is Surdas. Surdas is a disciple of Vallabhacharya. He belongs to Vallabha Sampradaya, Pushti Marg, Vallabha Sampradaya, who worship Vittalji, Rukmini and Vittal actually. So Surdas, Netrahin Surdas, popularly known as Netrahin Surdas. So we all have heard many bhajans or kirtans written by Surdas. Very beautiful, describing the glories of the Lord. And Bilvamangal Thakur, he has written beautiful, Govinda Damodara Stotram, and what else? Yeah, Chorashtakam. Beautiful kirtans he has written. He has not seen Krishna. And the way Bilvamangal Thakur lost his eyes. Does anyone know story of Bilvamangal Thakur?
No, Prabhuji.
No? Okay. So
I know.
you know the Shrikant?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So for the benefit of others, I'll explain it. So Bilvamangal Thakur, so he was born in a Brahmin family, but due to some bad association, he gets attracted to a prostitute by the name Chintamani. The name of the prostitute is Chintamani. So every day he goes and meets with this Chintamani, and then one day it was Bilvamangal Thakur. I don't know the name before he got the name as Bilvamangal Thakur. I don't know the previous name. So one day it was his father's Shraddha ceremony, and there was a heavy rain downpouring in the village. But still, this person wanted to go and meet Chintamani. So he swims across the river, and that too, while he was swimming across the river, there is a dead body in the river. He sits on the dead body and then crosses the river. And then after reaching the banks of the river, the other side of the river, he has to climb up, climb up to the second floor or something to reach Chintamani's room. So he uses something that looks like a rope. It was actually a snake. A snake was hanging from the building. So this person thinks that it is a rope. He holds the snake and climbs up and enters the room of Chintamani. Chintamani was shocked to see this person that day, because she also knows that it is the Shraddha ceremony of his dad, and it's heavily downpouring that day in the village. So Chintamani was shocked to see this person coming to her by neglecting the Shraddha ceremony of the father and in the heavy rain. And then she tells one statement to this person, saying that if you have 1% of attachment to God in what you have towards me, your life will become perfect. So this statement from Chintamani strike him like a thunderbolt. And then some realization happens, and then he starts thinking about it very seriously. So he starts thinking, what am I doing? I neglected even my father's Shraddha ceremony, and I used the dead body to cross over this river, and I was, holding onto the snake, thinking that it is a rope. And now Chintamani is giving this statement. So then some realization happens, and he takes this very seriously. He wants to take up spirituality very seriously. He wants to go to Vrindavan and start practicing spirituality very seriously, full time. So he was walking to Vrindavan, and on the way, he happens to stop at some village for that night. And then he takes shelter of one family there, where the wife and husband and some children are there in the house. So he asked for shelter in that house for that night. And then this family, they receive him as a guest very happily. And then when this lady of the house, she was serving food to this person. This person again looks at this lady with some lusty eyes. And then he comes to his senses, and he realizes his mistake. She's serving me food. This family, the wife and husband, they gave me shelter in their house for this night. And this lady, she's feeding me food, and I'm looking at her with lusty eyes. What a shame. So as soon as he thought about this, he asks that lady to give her hairpin. So this lady, not knowing the reason for the ask of hairpin, she gives the hairpin, and this person, he uses that hairpin and plucks into his both eyes, and he removes his eyes. And then because he thinks that the eyes are the culprit. Because of this eyes, because of my vision, I'm behaving like this. So he becomes blind, and then like that only he starts walking to Vrindavan. And then in Vrindavan, he starts meditating on Krishna, and then he becomes very sincere. And then one day when he was chanting Krishna's names, he feels a tap or some touch from behind. He cannot see, this person cannot see because he's blind. He doesn't have eyes to see. But he realized that he understood that it is Krishna. In fact, Krishna comes as a little boy and plays with this person, Bilumangal Thakur. When he goes to Vrindavan, then he gets the name Bilumangal Thakur, and then he writes beautiful kirtans. He shows complete devotion to the Lord. So that's the story of Bilumangal Thakur. So why did we discuss this about Bilumangal Thakur? Examples of two devotees, Surdas and Bilumangal Thakur, who did not have eyes to see, but they glorified the Lord with their kirtans and bhajans. So trust or faith, a strong faith on Krishna means trusting Krishna that he gives complete protection to us without seeing him. Okay?
So there are two things, Prabhuji, like first we have to find the correct person or like Krishna, and then faith. That faith should be intense. there are, as you mentioned, sometimes like there are people who trust the wrong people or wrong, like we discussed, right? Like Nityananda and all. So there are
Yeah,
people who believe blindly, but we should first find out correct and then
yeah,
have faith.
yeah, yeah. That's why hearing Bhagavad Gita, hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, hearing Ramayana from a bona fide person, from a authentic source, is very important. Otherwise, if we hear any random Bhagavad Gita, if we read some random book that's available on internet, we will be trapped. We will not get connected to the right person. And we have seen, how Rukmini expressed in the second, was it second shloka or third shloka? Vidya Vayo Dravida. Uh, let me open that. Yeah,
Second one.
second one. Yeah. So Rukmini Devi says, Katva Mukunda Mahati Kulashila Rupa Vidya Vayo Dravina Dhama Viratmatulyam Dhirapatim Kulavati Navrinita Kanya Kale Nrsimhanaralokamanobhiramam. So she lists out all the criteria for a perfect husband for her. And then she says that, oh Krishna, you have all these qualifications. That's why I'm choosing you as the right person for me. Now there is Kulashekara Alvar, okay, from Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. Kulashekara Alvar, one of the 12 Alvars, who is a great devotee of Lord Ramachandra. He writes something similar to this, something similar to what Rukmini Devi has written. Rukmini Devi, she is giving the reasons why Krishna is the right person for her. Okay? So, in Mukundamala Stotra, Kulashekara Alvar writes, describing the qualifications of Krishna for which Kulashekara Alvar is choosing Krishna or Mukunda as the right person for his as the right person as a goal of his life. Dharavara karavara sutta te tanujo virinchi स्तोता वेदस्तव सुरगणा भृत्यवर्ग प्रसादा मुक्तिर्माया जगदविकलं तावकी देवकी ते माता मित्रं भलरिपुसुतस्तत्त्वदन्यं न जाने. So, actually let me share the shloka. Mukundamala Stotra you can find on KK Songs. KK Songs is a website maintained by ISKCON, where you will find lot of kirtans, bhajans, the lyrics of so many kirtans and bhajans. So here, this 45th shloka from Mukundamala Stotra. There are 53 shlokas, out of which this shloka appears almost towards the end. If you all want to repeat after me, we can do that. Dara vara karavara sutta te tanujo virinchi
Dharavara
Tanujo virinchi
stota vedastava suragana bhrityavarga prasadaha
Tota Vedas
Vedastava
Surgana Britya
Suragana
Varga
Varga
Prasada
Prasadaha
Muktirmaya jagadavikalam tavaki devaki te
Nirmaya
Maya
Jagat
Jagat
Avikalam
Avikalam
Tavaki
Tavaki
Devaki
Devakiti
Mata mitram bhalaripusutas na jane.
Mata mitram
Mitram
balaripusutastattvanyam na
balaripusutasanyam na
jane.
jane.
Okay, so let's look at the translation, the meaning of this shloka. Okay, Shiva, you want to read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Your wife is the beautiful daughter of the ocean, and your son is Lord Brahma. The Vedas are your panegyrist. The demigods comprise your company of servants, and liberation is your benediction. While this entire universe is a display of your magic power, Srimati Devaki is your mother, and Arjuna, the son Indra, is your friend. For these reasons, I have no interest in anyone but you.
Yeah. So Kulshekhar
Mm.
Alvar, he's giving a list of various qualifications of Krishna. And in the end, he's saying that for these reasons, I have no interest in anyone but you. So what are these qualifications? Your wife is the beautiful daughter of the ocean. Kshirabdi Kanya. Who is Kshirabdi Kanya?
Lakshmi Devi.
Lakshmi Devi. And Mukunda or Krishna is Vishnu. And your son is Lord Brahma, Virinchi. Okay, so the first one, your wife is the beautiful daughter of the ocean, Dharavara Karavara Sutta. And this one is Te Tanujo Virinchi. Virinchi means Brahma. Te Tanujo Virinchi. Tanu means Tanuja. Tanuja means the sun. Tan is the body. One who comes from the body is Tanuja. That is Brahma. Virinchi. Stota Vedas. Tavasura Gana. Stota Veda. The Vedas are your pangerist. That means the Vedas are glorifying you. Okay? Stota Veda. And Suragana Britya Varga. Suragana means the demigods. The Devatas in heavenly planets. Indra, Varuna, Vayu and so on. So what is the position of those demigods or Devatas? Suragana Britya Varga. Britya means servant. All the demigods, all the Devatas are your servants. Stota Veda Tava Suragana Britya Varga Prasada Muktir Maya Jagadavikalam. Liberation is your benediction. Mukti. Muktir Maya Jagadavikalam. You remove the Maya and then give Mukti. Tavaki Devakite. So you are the son of Mother Devaki. Tavaki Devakite. And then, what's the other line? 45th. Tavaki Devakite. Mata Mitram Balaripu Sutas. Balaripu means that's Arjuna. Okay. Mitram is the friend and Balaripu. Arjuna has the name Balaripu. Okay. And in the end he's saying Tattvadanyam najane. Anyam najane. I do not know anyone else. For all these reasons, for all these great reasons, I do not know anyone other than you. So Rukmini Devi also said something similar. Vidyavayo Dravidam Katva Mukunda Kulashila Mahati Vidyavayo Dravidam
Abhiratmatulyam.
Vidyavayo
So,
Dravida Damabir Atmatulyam.
so is it like he is saying you have got all this your parivar, but for me, except you, I don't have anyone else. Like you have, I don't have them. That's what does he mean?
No, no.
You have devatas, you have mother, you have your friend, but I don't have any one of these like you.
Mhm.
Only you I have. That's it. Is that what he means?
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. So his intention of saying that is, you know, you are such a great person. You are such a great person. You are Devadi Deva. You are the supreme person. That's why I do not want to fix my mind on anyone else other than you. Because sometimes people uh, people do worship of demigods, right? Somebody can worship Surya Dev, somebody can worship Agni, Varuna, Vayu, somebody can worship some goddess, and they think that is the highest. For example, in Calcutta, we see so many people worshipping Kali Mata,
Mm.
and they think that is enough. That is their life and soul. That's the goal of their life. That is the bhakti.
Mm.
But we all know, if we worship Kali Mata, she can only give some material benefits, but she cannot bestow mukti. She cannot give liberation. She cannot give bhakti. So the only person who can give bhakti is Krishna. So by including devatas here, see, he included a list of devatas here. He's saying that the devatas or demigods are your servants. So when I have access to the CEO, why should I uh, why should I maintain contacts with the servants? If I am able to write an email directly to CEO, there is no need for writing an email to servants of the CEO. So that's what his intention is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So in the first shloka that we discussed, uh, I want to talk about this point that we missed. The first shloka, Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shunvatam te nirvishya karna vivarair haratongatapam rupam drisham drishimatam. So I want to talk about this drishimatam. So drishimatam, if you look at the word for word meaning here, right, it says of those who have eyes. Rupam drisham means having seen your beauty. Having seen your beauty. But Rukmini Devi, she has not seen Krishna. Now, how can she say that after seeing your beauty? So that's why she is using this word here, Drishimatam. Drishimatam means of those who have eyes. Now, what eyes is she talking about? She's talking about Jnana Chakshu, the eye of scriptures, or the eye of scriptures, Shabda Praman. She's talking about the Shabda, the sound, uh, the sound incarnation of God. And that sound incarnation, it can be when you are reading the scripture by yourself, you can You can have that jnana chakshu to see God, or when you are hearing from a saintly person, that time also you can understand about God through the jnana chakshu. Of those who have eyes, now everybody has eyes. The material eye everybody has. But Rukmini Devi is clearly writing Drishimatam, Rupam Drisham Drishimatam. Only those who have eyes will be able to see you. And the sight of your beauty will fulfill all the desires of their life. Akhilartha labham. Okay? See, if you look at this word matam, comes from the root word mati. Mati means intelligence. So that is the jnana, knowledge, jnana chakshu. Okay? So that is the eye of scriptures. What we have is the charma chakshu. The material eye is the charma chakshu. With this charma chakshu, we cannot see God. Even if God appears in front of us, we cannot see him. For that matter, God is present in every living entity. God exists in human beings. God exists in all the animals, trees, plants, insects, in everything. We can see the presence of God in everything. But are we are we able to see that now? No. For example, yesterday we discussed about the example of coconut, right? Why did we discuss the example of coconut? Does anyone know? Does anyone remember?
Parrot can't enter. Is that example?
Yeah.
With its beak, it can't open that coconut and go inside. I mean, can't use inside.
Yeah. So just like how a parrot trying to penetrate through the hard shell of the coconut and taste the nectarian sweet water inside the coconut, just like how a parrot cannot do that. Similarly, when we are trying to understand Krishna's qualities and his his rupam, we cannot do that. We can only scratch the surface. We can make an attempt and just get some glimpses of it, but we cannot fully understand it. Okay, so from that coconut example, have you ever wondered how does the water enter the coconut? The coconut or kobari bondam is on the top of the tree. There is a very thin, long trunk that goes from the bottom of the earth all the way up to, I don't know, 50, 60 feet or even, taller than that. And the water is available in the ground, in the earth. So how is this water reaching all the way to the top of the tree and entering that coconut? It's magical, right? As if somebody injected water into the coconut.
Now they are injecting also.
Now they are injecting also. So when we are able to appreciate Krishna's creation like this, when we are able to understand Krishna's hand behind this coconut, that is the vision of scriptures. That is Jnana Chakshu. If we can appreciate Krishna's creation, oh, I never thought about this. Coconut is on the top, very top of the tree, 50 feet tall, 50 feet far from the ground. And there is, I don't know, maybe about 2 liters, 2 to 3 liters of water in the coconut. How is it going there? So when we think like that, That is when we can say that we are able to see the presence of God everywhere. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells this Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. A Pandit or a learned person should have humility, or the humility is the decoration for a learned person. And what is the definition of this humility that Krishna is giving here? Samadarshina. Samadarshina. Pandita Samadarshinaha. Krishna is telling a learned person or Pandit is that person who can see all living entities as equal. And Krishna gives some examples there. He says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmana Gavi Hasti Shuni Swapaka. 5 examples. Brahmana, Gavi, Hasti, Shuni, Swapaka. He starts from Brahmana, the topmost, human being, the highest class among the 4 classes, the Brahmana Varna. So a learned person, Pandit, should see a Brahmana, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater as equal. Chandala. Dog eater is Chandala. Okay? So a Pandit should see all these living entities as equal. Then it is called Pandita Samadarshina. In other words, if we are able to see the presence of God in everybody and everything around us, then that is Drishimatam. Then we can say that we have the eyes. As Rukmini Devi said, of those who have eyes, she did not say everybody after having seen you, all their life's desires will be fulfilled. She did not say Rupam Drisham Akilartha Labham. She added a word in between that. Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akilartha Labham. So that one word is very powerful there. Every word of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is fully loaded with nectar. It's very beautiful. We have to go this deep and understand. Only then, when we are reciting the shlokas, the meaning of the shloka will dance on our tongue. Otherwise, if we are simply reciting the shloka, then we may forget it tomorrow and we may not relish it the way we should relish. And most importantly, this is how we can connect to Krishna. This is how we can, develop emotions for Krishna. Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akhilartha Labham Tvayachyuta Vishati Chittam Apatrapam Me. So I'm writing to you this very shamelessly. So, okay, it's 9:42. I think we can pause here. We'll spend good amount of time discussing all these seven shlokas. We'll go back and forth. We'll go to shloka number 4 and come back to shloka number 1. We'll go back and forth, and then we'll try to understand each and every shloka thoroughly, because this is a special letter. It's a revolution in expressing love to Krishna. So we'll thoroughly understand this before we jump on to another set of prayers like Prahlada prayers or Kunti prayers. So today is May 13th. So for the next 1 week or 10 days, we'll focus on Rukmini prayers only. So I hope everybody will like that. So any comment, question, reflection? There's a big silence. Either you are not able to hear me or
No, bro. We are able to. Yes,
okay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Maybe because of time.
Yeah.
We are mesmerized by Krishna and letter of Rukmini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, at least in our dreams, we will try to write letter to Krishna.
Yeah.
After listening the class, we are going to bed means.
Yeah, it's like a trance mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only imagining writing a letter in the dream, but what we should all do is, practically, what we should all do is, after we fully understand Rukmini's letter during the next 1 week or 10 days, we should sit down, take a pen and paper, and then express our feelings and emotions for Krishna. We should write a letter to Krishna, actually. It doesn't have to be in a Sanskrit shloka. You can write in
If
Telugu.
we write in Sanskrit, even Krishna also not able to understand, Prabhuji.
We can write in Telugu, Hindi, English, Tamil, Kannada, whatever. Krishna understands all languages.
Yeah.
He is Bahubhasha Kovida.
Yeah. More than that, he understands our love and mind. I mean,
Yeah.
language.
Krishna understands the language of the birds. He understands the language of the animals, different dialects from different regions of different countries. He understands all languages. So you can express your emotions in any language. So just keep that as a goal. Write at least few sentences as a letter to Krishna.
Yeah. Can we ask Prabhuji, Krishna, come and carry and marry?
Yeah,
No,
why not? But you have to take permission from Ranjit as well.
Ranjit also in the list, Prabhuji. We all are female, no? He fed up with me, so definitely he will also ask.
Yeah. So, and regarding this point, Rukmini Devi tells something beautiful. You know, just like how you asked, right? Can we ask Krishna to come and marry me? And especially when you are when you are already married to somebody. So Rukmini Devi tells something very beautifully regarding this towards the end. I think fifth or sixth shloka, which we'll discuss when the right time comes. Either we are married to somebody or we are in a family situation. Our parents are there, our children are there. So being married to a wife or husband, that's one connection. But there are other connections in the family. We have children, we have parents, siblings, so many attachments, so many connections are there. So regarding this, Rukmini Devi tells something beautiful. We will discuss that when we come to Shloka 5.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Anyone else have anything to say? Yeah, unless you express your feedback, I will not know whether what I'm speaking is making sense, whether you are liking it or not. You don't have to speak now. I know it's already 9:47, but you can you can send me a message, or you can speak in the beginning of the class, like that. Somehow you express what's your what's your feedback basically. Okay, so I think with this we will conclude the call here. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare
We'll
Krishna.
continue tomorrow.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada.
Grantara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Right.
Hare